going on, everybody? It's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's your favorite show in the fucking planet, like everyone has to say every time they start a podcast. It's the Mike and Mish Show. What's going on, Mike?
Hey, what's up? I was doing this when we started. Crazy, like a maniac, acting like an idiot.
I know why.
And when I did it, I hit this and it pulled out of my headphones. And I was like, shit, I had to plug it in before the show starts. Oh, no. I almost did it.
Oh, I just did the same shit.
See? You can't do it. You can't do that. You cannot do that when you have a wire going across your chest. It doesn't work.
I thought you were banging your chest because you're wearing the Zach Comas shirt, dude. Check that out.
You like that?
Attack, Zach, man.
You like that? That's a nice. I like this shirt. I like it.
I love it. I got one. I wore it to my parents' house like a week ago. It was
yeah.
Rocking
my Zach Comas.
Zach Comas. If you guys bang your chest with a fucking set of headphones on, you're gonna pull the cord out. Just remember that shit.
Yep.
What's happening, Mike? We got a good show tonight. We got 2 guests coming on. We got the one Taylor Starling who's going to come on here and tell us what the hell's going on with her in her next fight. When is it going to be? Is it going to be Jenny Savage? Everybody wants to see Starling Savage. They want it. Jenny wants it. Taylor wants it.
I want it.
You want it. I want it. I mean, it's a no-brainer. So we'll fucking talk to her and see when the hell that's going to be coming up. And it's also Veterans Day weekend, dude. Happy Veterans Day, Michael.
Oh, happy Veterans Day.
I wore a lot of green tonight, so I could be a veteran.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought you'd wear something too, but you're a fucking piece of shit. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, yeah.
But hey, no, for real though, I went to a thing at my kid's school today. It was very cool. They had a breakfast with the students type thing for veterans, and then they brought us all into the auditorium, and the kids had wrote essays about veterans. And it was very nice, very cool. I appreciate the school, and I will go back again next year for it. If I could just, remind everybody out there in the world to thank a veteran this weekend. And also, when your kids are writing essays about veterans and Veterans Day, let them know that there's some positives about being a veteran other than their essays don't all have to be about suicide rate and fucking veteran.
No.
Yeah. Like veteran homelessness and fucking medical care that the veterans are getting denied. It doesn't have to be all that.
Hey, that's like when you get the guy up there doing best man speech, and it's like, all right, get him off the mic. Get him off the mic.
Dude, I will tell you this. Yes, all those things exist, right? There's some veterans that get out of the military, they come back from a war zone, and they have a hard time settling back in. For sure, that shit exists. PTSD exists. The veteran suicide rate is too high, and that exists. But there are also veterans out there that live pretty great lives
that run a bare knuckle podcast.
Yeah, that have a family, that have like great families. They live in beautiful homes with they have cars to drive to work. They got food in the refrigerator, and you know why? Because the military gave that to them.
That's
we gave ourselves to the military. They gave us all of that back. And my 2 kids are going to go to college for free because I deployed a couple times, so I don't have to worry about paying for my kids' college. So just remember, when you're thinking about a veteran this weekend, all that negative shit exists, but it's also a lot of positives, and it makes us proud to serve. You know what I mean? It does. It's not all shit, right, Mike?
Shit. It's all shit. Don't listen to Kyle.
It's not all shit.
I'm just kidding.
I love serving in the military. 22 plus years right now. Mike's got like 15 or 16, and I wouldn't give it all back. I wouldn't give it back for anything, man. I owe everything to them. So thank a veteran this weekend, and let's shout out our sponsors real quick before we get going here, because Taylor is ready to come on, and then after Taylor, we're going to bring on who?
Mike Jones.
Who?
Mike Jones.
Yeah, but not that Mike Jones. We're going to bring on Mike Jones, the bare knuckle fighter, after Taylor. So let's just do our sponsor quick, and let's get the show on the road. Mike, I need a haircut. Where do I go?
Oh, my God. Where do we go? Best fades and shaves in Cape Coral, Florida. Get down to the Shave Parlor right this damn second. I don't even know if they're open, but go there. Get a fade. Get it done. Don't look like a lousy piece of shit. Get your hair cut. Right?
Yeah, I agree. And Mike, I'm going to guarantee that they're not open at 9 p.m.
They
On
should be.
Thursday.
You got to do things like that to get extra credit. You got to be the best, right?
Yeah, go see Jay, Omar, Heather, and Naughty Nate.
Jay, Omar, Heather, and Naughty Nate. Man, that name.
And get your hair did, look good for the weekend. And if you're going to be gambling at the next BKFC event, head over to the BK Bet Shark. Follow his Instagram page at BK Bet Shark and pay the $50 and listen to his words, because you will rake in cash and you will stack your accounts. The guy knows what the fuck he's doing. And then we got Dynamic Life, Mike.
Yeah, dynamic life, weight loss, sexual health, anti-aging. Who doesn't like those things? They were founded by a team of medical professionals with over 25 years of experience in regenerative medicine, anti-aging, weight loss, and sexual wellness. Take back control of your life now. Go to www.livedynamic.com and become a patient in just 20 seconds, and check out the Dynamic Life Instagram page at Live Dynamic. That's live without an E. Live Dynamic. And before we go to the Killa Bee, okay, I got to shout out my wife. Happy birthday to Stephanie. It is her birthday tonight. So, or today, rather.
Your Stephanie.
My Stephanie. That's right. That is correct.
Happy birthday, Steph. Thank you for letting Mike do the show tonight.
She probably tuned in only to make sure that I said that.
Oh,
she's probably like, I'm
happy birthday. Everybody wish her a happy birthday in the comment section so she can come in and read all our comments, because she's probably not watching the show, is she, Mike?
No, she's probably watching the Kardashians or like Jersey Shore or something.
All right. Well, happy birthday to her. And let's go ahead and bring on our first guest. She's been very popular on the Instagram in the last few days, trying to hype up a fight that we all want to see. You want to see, I want to see, the fans want to see, everybody wants to see it. She wants it. Jenny wants it. Let's bring on Taylor Killa Bee Starling. Hey.
Hey.
What's going on? Well, happy birthday to Stephanie. Your wife. Awesome.
Thank you.
Look at that.
I would be kicking your ass right now. There's no way you'd be doing
it. Trust me, she'd much rather be laid back, all alone, just chilling and quiet. Because you know what? All day with the kids and everything, she can't wait to get relaxed underneath those blankets and throw on a reality show.
Yeah, I feel that.
She is 100% addicted to reality shows. She loves them.
Me too. I've been on like Love is Blind is probably like the worst one.
Yeah. I watched the whole first season of Love is Blind with her, but then another one came out and another one. They're on 5 now, and I'm like, I can't keep up.
These people are nuts. They're falling out like flies now at this point.
Hey,
Dude,
but
what was
sorry,
the one,
Kyle.
Mike? What was the one that I was telling you that Howard Stern was talking about, and I checked it out? It's on Max, and it's a dating show. It's called Naked something
Attraction.
Naked Attraction.
Yes.
Taylor, have you heard about this?
No.
So a guy comes out and then he stands there, and then there's like 6 booths, and then they raise the glass of the booth. It's like colored glass, and they raise the booth up so it's just above like their crotch, and the guy looks at their vagina,
they're naked,
their legs, and their feet, and he eliminates one by what he's looking at. And he'll be like, this one's a little too much for me down here, a little hairy. Yeah. It's so funny. And then the guys like talking to the host, he's like, look at the big toe over there. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Curl to it.
He's like, she's like, who are you gonna eliminate? I gotta eliminate Blue. Why? It's that toe, man. I don't fucking. Yeah. Then they boot it.
It's like the vagina is probably like they don't even look. They just look at the feet.
They look at the
so
feet.
Funny. And then round 2 it goes up to here. Round 3 you get to see their face, and then it's down to 3, and then you get to hear their voice, and you eliminate 1, and then you got to pick from the 2. It's the funniest damn shit.
I have to look into this.
Yeah, it's funny. And then a girl comes out. It's got to be the most fast forwarded through show in the history of TV, because I'm fast forwarding right through when the girl's coming out and like looking at all the dicks and fucking muscles. I don't need that shit in my life.
Very masculine of you.
What a good way to start this off. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
that's what everyone tuned in for. This is what we told people we'd be talking about, because they shouldn't be surprised.
It's never a normal podcast when I come on.
Well, it's you know why? It's because we don't really ever plan anything until we start talking. So this is the beauty of this show.
Hell yeah.
Taylor, you do have some reasons to come on here, though. Like you want this fight with Jenny Savage. Jenny wants this fight with you.
Yeah.
You guys have made it both very clear. We posted some things on Instagram, and within 2 days there was 1,500 likes on one of them and like 600 likes on another one, and there's a bunch of comments, and every single comment wants to see the fight, except for one dickhead that was like, 5 people want to see the fight, nobody else does. And I was like, yeah, well,
He probably lives
no,
in mom's basement. So
yeah, fuck out of here.
Better
Go drink your
reevaluate life,
coffee.
son.
you know, it sucks because I know I want this fight. Jenny wants this fight. It was supposed to happen. We got told that it was happening, so we were both in camp at the same time. And I'm obviously making my first cut to 115, which is not easy for me. I'm a lot more muscular now and stronger and heavier when I'm at my walk around weight. And I hired a nutritionist who was not cheap at all. Like, you know, we both have been going through the motions to get ready and to like find out 3 weeks before it's supposed to happen that it's not happening sucks. But it was one of those things they told me, you know, we need to know that people want to see the fight and this like just the old run around, and you know, it sucks, but that's part of the game, and like you got to roll with the punches and just keep your eyes forward and just wait until it happens. But it fucking sucks. It fucking
Did
sucks.
you say that did they say that nobody wants to see it? Is that what you said?
Not that nobody wants to see it. I think they just wanted more traction, and I think
Oh,
you know, sometimes like people want the bullshit, like the clown, like the not. I'm not saying bare knuckle ones. I'm saying like the fans and stuff. They want everyone, you know, cussing each other out and pulling the online stuff so that it just gets more hype. And I'm at a point where I'm trying to prove that like no matter what I do, people want to see me fight regardless. So I just wanted some cool like media posters. So thank you guys for like putting a matchup graphic out there and to show like people want to see the fight. Whether and like me and Jenny genuinely don't like each other. Like that's real. We don't have to like I don't have to go snatch a belt off of her and like do some fake stunt. Like the animosity that me and Jenny have personally with each other is real. It doesn't have to be made up or like some crazy online tagging her in this and tagging her in that. Like all these girls are tagging each other and shit because they're messaging each other behind the scenes like, oh, and it's not me and Jenny. I have Jenny blocked. Like we don't like each other and we genuinely want to fight. And now like I did reach out to her on Facebook and I was like, look, this shit fucking sucks. And I know that you were training hard for this just as well as I was. And like, hopefully it happens soon.
So how long ago did they talk to you about this? Because I know that you posted something about starting your camp. What was that, like a month ago?
Yeah.
What the fuck? And has the journey to 115 been hard for you, or has it been a pretty smooth transition down to strawweight?
It's been smooth as fuck. It's just been a lot of money and time and like literally just discipline. Like, you know, for instance, you got like cuckoos weighing 100 or 22 pounds over what they were supposed to fight at, and you know, I'm sitting here
cuckoos
killing my 15. But it's easy if you just do what you're supposed to do the right way and like don't like let anything influence you from the outside. Like you got to be disciplined, and that's what I've been. So that kind of sucks, but I did eat some pizza last night, so
you're feeling pretty good right now.
Yeah, you know, it kind of but then now I'm back on my shit. Like I'm back on it because you never know. Like I just realized, you know, they could call me and say, hey, you know what? Something opened up for Utah or something opened up for a month from now. And like, I can't fuck around.
So there's no hint at all. No hint anywhere. They just want to, you know, slow cook this thing.
I'm thinking they're slow cooking it. I do know like I'm gonna fight Jenny. It's just a matter of when. I know she's down. I'm down. I think with Utah, you know, it's a state, so they're gonna want a lot of eyes on it. So aside from like it already being a huge show, they are going to want Utah people fighting on the card. And I think that's kind of like what played into that. Like they want to give Utah their chance to shine in bare knuckle and, you know, really give them that platform other than the like really big names that are on the card.
Yeah, but they're doing that. And I'm looking at the card right now. They got 3, 6, 9, 12
yep.
lined up. And they just announced a 13th one. They oh no,
Yeah.
it's on there now. That's it. Stevens and Rivera is the 12th one. So now
Oh.
they got a full 12 fight card. I mean, I love watching the women fight in the BKFC. They always put on a crazy show.
Yeah.
And it would have been super cool to have one other female fight on here with Beck and Faria at the top. Have one a little lower on the main card at like the beginning of the main card. That would have been sick as fuck. Because
for it to be two people that are known in bare knuckle, not just like random gumballs coming in from the street, you know, like
this is when the most eyes are on the sport during an event like this. So you have to showcase your fighters. And I really do think, listen, I love BKFC. We all know that. But I think dropping the ball a little bit with not having a couple of female fights on this card. I think there should be at least 2 or 3 fights on there. There's 12 fights. Females, let's get them in here because we just lost one on this last card. So there's like a big gap in the female to male card fight ratio.
Now I will say this too, in bare knuckles defense, there seems to me to be a lot of females that want to fight tomato cans and they don't want to fight who's already here. So it's almost like the rest of us are being sidelined so that these people who are new can, you know, it's just like this weird thing where like it's a lot of new up and comers fighting new up and comers, or they take one person who's been in bare knuckle for a while and they're fighting these random people that have no experience or no true star power, and like they want to make star power, but star power is right here and I've been waiting, and I think it's not fair. Like there's been so many people who have fought before me or like before I have, like twice. Like there's man and woman. Like there's been people fighting times I last fought, and it's kind of shitty.
When was your last fight? Now I'm trying to think. It was
May.
May,
June, Jade, right?
6 months ago.
Yeah.
And then like guys like Keith, who you train out of Modern Warrior, and you have watched Keith fight 4 times this year, and have like the best year of his life.
And he's fought twice since I last fought.
And he's fought twice since you last fought. That's got to sting. Pardon the pun there, Killa Bee.
Very clever.
Yeah, I'm wicked clever. When they told you about the fight, did they say that we're thinking about it, or that we're going to make this fight? And that's like you guys both started a camp, so I feel like you were given a pretty solid word that you guys are going to fight each other, and it's going to be soon. Were you told that you will be on the card in December, or did they not give you a date? They just said you're going to fight.
They said that we were approved for December to be ready. It's going to happen.
Damn.
And as like the weeks kind of drew closer, it was like we don't know, we are not sure. But you know, that being said, like whether it's a for sure or a maybe, like you got to be ready. So I had to be ready regardless, like whether they were 150% or 10% on it. Like you have to be ready to go. Like that's on me to be ready. I can't sit and wait for them to be like, oh, here's your contract. You know, if that was the case, then I mean, pretty much all of my fights, my whole entire career, I would have been getting ready in 2 weeks. Like,
shit. I feel like they announced some dates already for 2024, but I feel like they started in February. Am I wrong about this?
Yeah, no, you're right.
I'm right about that. So
February 2nd, I believe.
So they announced February 2nd, and we didn't hear anything about January. Have
Florida.
They talked? What? Yeah,
February
January 2nd is in Hollywood, back in Hollywood. So
and
they didn't mention anything about January.
Canada, but it's a prospect card, I believe.
And that's in February as well?
Yeah.
So what the fuck's up with January? Did they talk to you about January? Maybe you guys kick off the year.
Nope.
What?
They just told me to sit tight and be ready and just keep doing what I'm doing. It's hard because like it's not just one person. It's like there's so many different like cogs in the machine that make the whole thing spin. So, one person might have been told yes and they're telling me yes, and then the person at the top might not have been sure, and it's like it's just a whole thing that has to come together, and it sucks. Like people think that fighting is just as simple as, oh, I want to fight you, let's sign a contract, that's it.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way. There's a lot that go into shows with like budgeting and paying out fighters and paying their people, employee, like it's just a whole thing. So I couldn't tell you what exactly it is, but
I honestly think that you and Jenny could be the two most marketable women on the roster. Like, and that's nothing against the champs, Misfit or Britain, but you guys both have a ton of personality. You have a big following on social media. You have a past. They could market this. They could easily, maybe they wanted a little more time to market it, maybe and maybe put you at the top of a card, maybe main event or co-main event, something like that. Maybe in South Carolina, you've been asking to fight in South Carolina. Maybe all of a sudden they pop up and say, hey, we're going back to Myrtle Beach in January to kick off the year, just like we did in 2022. We're going to kick off 2023. We're going to kick off 2024 back in Myrtle Beach, and Starling versus Savage is going to be on the top of that card. Andy Hall's watching right now. He's in the comments. Andy,
put him on the hot seat.
Yeah, Andy, go ahead. Put 2 winky face emojis in the comments right now if Taylor Starling's fighting Jenny Savage in South Carolina in January. How about that? Yeah. I love doing shit like this.
Now, another thing I've broken down too is like, so you've got so many big names on this December card. So of course, like I would love to fight on that card. Huge names, big people are going to be there. It's everything you could ask for as a fighter to be on that show. But in my mind, I'm thinking maybe Bare Knuckle is wanting to use me in a higher slot on a card. Like me and Jenny Savage aren't prelim material. We're not, like, there's already so many big names that, like we would be pushed to the bottom of that card. And I just don't think that, we, as much as I would love to be on that card, I don't give a fuck. I would fight first on the prelim free show. I would love to. But maybe we're going to be put somewhere bigger to where we're a co-main or a feature fight or something that, is, because this is getting a lot of attention. They know it. They see it. I think they want to do something more with it than just throw us on this Utah card where we're going to be overshadowed.
Andy put 1 winky face emoji. I asked for 2, but I'm going to give.
Does that mean that
I'm going to say that
right?
we're halfway there, man. We're pretty damn close on this one. Andy, thank you for the confirmation. Taylor, at least you should go out to Utah and play Topgolf with me and Mike and a bunch of people before we go watch some fights. That'd be a good time.
I might actually go out, and I have some plans maybe to go see the Salt Flats or do something out there epic. It just depends. Like, you never know. I might be in camp by then, or be like full in the thick of camp at that point. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. All right. Well, everybody wants to see it. We wanted to get you on here and talk about it.
We'll
if
be
you wanted,
for sure, that.
Yeah.
I think it's a great fight.
Absolutely. And obviously Jenny's all in on it too.
Yeah.
So if you had to give
that's the best part that she's in too. Like you guys are both in. Like that's always the best. It's hard when you have somebody who's like, I don't really want that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think the message is sent. I think the bosses know the message. I think everybody knows that one guy in the comments the other day can suck a dick. He can fuck off. But everybody else wants to see you guys fight, right? Let's do that.
You know what? I bet he watches the fight. It watches the fight. Is $7.99 on the BKFC app so that he can watch me and Jenny fight because he's a bitch. And I know the ones that talk no shit are the ones that are watching.
Do you know the person?
No, I have no idea. I don't look. I try not to look at that shit because I see it all day, every day.
I can just imagine how much bullshit you would see in your comments. Like, I get upset sometimes. I'm like, we got barely. I can just imagine. I get so pissed off. I have to ignore everyone.
Someone commented on a random picture of me training and was like, Taylor Starling, aka the twat waffle, or like something just stupid.
Hey, what?
The twat waffle?
Who are you?
All right. What a fucking.
It's probably Matt Seibel or something. Unbelievable. I just saw he said, sup, y'all.
yeah, he's in the comments. What's up, y'all? Yeah, man. I hope they get this thing done. Maybe January is something that we're talking about. That would be awesome. It's got to happen sooner than later because you guys are both in shape and you're ready to rock right now. We're going to ask you 5 questions. You just talked about how people get in your inboxes and whatnot. Let's do this. Speed round. First question for you, Taylor Starling. How many unread text messages do you have on your phone right now? 0. I like you. That's what I'm talking.
I don't like the little notification.
No red dot.
I've seen people with like 400 and something. No, I can't do that. I got to have everything cleared out.
Oh, that's good because I was listening to the radio today, and that was one of
stays with a.
So the conversation on the radio show that I was listening to, this guy was like, yeah, they did this study and they went around to a bunch of like, I don't know, like 20-something-year-old girl, like college age girls, and asked each one of them how many unreads. These fucking girls were like, I got 1,285 unread. They're like, how the fuck do you have that many friends? Like, how's that even possible? And they're like, I got 450. I got 720. What?
My emails got like 10,000.
Well, that's different. Emails are different. I got 10,000 too. So
I've been trying to erase my emails for like 10 years.
Because nobody wants to keep up with that shit. Number 2.
How close to empty do you let your car get before putting gas back in?
Quarter of a tank.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very regimented.
Times, but I like once I set a quarter of a tank, I start like
the gas light doesn't pop on.
Wow.
A couple times, but I like to keep it full.
Well, I'll tell you what. Yesterday, I let it go so low that it didn't even tell me how many miles were left anymore.
Oh,
because I just didn't want to stop. I just didn't want to stop. I looked and I said, I got 25 miles left. And then I was like, I got 17 miles left. And then when I looked again, I was like, I got some kind of miles left, but I'm pretty close to home. So I think I can make it. And I did.
You almost died up your driveway. His driveway is like this. Of all the tattoos you've gotten so far, Taylor, which one's your favorite?
Ooh, that's hard.
You got a million of them, so
yeah, I got a couple of favorites. I would say like artistic wise, like time wise, like my back piece, which is the Kali. Like I'm sure you guys have seen it. That's like just something that I invested a lot of time into. It took a year and a half to finish, just like with fights and training in between. It took me so long, and like it was like when I got done, I was super emotional about it. Like, cause I was like, dang, it's over. Like I don't have to work on it anymore. But I have so many good ones. I have like little meaning and like things that have happened, but my back's like my favorite artistic one to like look at and see. Like when I see it, I'm like, I forget I have it. It's beautiful.
It's fucking awesome. Yeah, it's got a lot of cool colors in it too. So very cool. 4.
Who is your second favorite chili pepper?
I like jalapenos and
yeah, I was wondering if you were gonna say something like that.
That's so hard because like, always obviously Flea is like he's like, I don't know. I want to say Chad Smith is my second.
That's the drummer. He's the drummer that looks like Will Ferrell.
Yeah, he's under the radar. I don't know if you've seen the video of him. If you haven't yet, where I think they put on 30 Seconds to Mars or something, and they took the words out, and he had never heard the song before, and they took the words out and the drum, so it was just like an instrumental, and he just like heard it and played it and just started going to town on the drums. Wow. Like filling in what he thought it would be and what kind of like it was cool. Was
he close?
Oh, it was better than the original.
That's insane.
And it was just thick because he's like got his eyes closed and he's got the headphones in and he's just like killing it. He's awesome.
It's amazing when people have a talent like that. Like musical talent is really crazy. And my stepfather plays a guitar, right? And he can play anything. I mean, obviously he's not a famous guy. He's just a guy who plays guitar. He's been playing for like 30 years of his life, but he probably could be something if you really push it. You could just tell him any song. he'll play it if he remembers or knows what it is. And if he doesn't know, you can play it for 10 seconds and he'll play it on the guitar like perfect. I'm like, what the fuck?
Besides fighting, and it's the worst. Like, I wish I had like unlimited talent all across the board, but I don't.
It's just so wild to me.
Yeah, I had a buddy that taught himself how to play the guitar, and like you said, Mike, he taught himself by listening and figuring it out, and he ended up becoming a professional guitarist, which I didn't know was a job. He would get hired by people that don't have a guitar, like Rihanna had him on her album. He just did guitar in the background of one of her songs and shit like that. That was his job. It's fucking nuts. And never took a lesson once. Crazy. Last one for you. Hey, if everyone loves turkey and stuffing and cranberry and all that shit, so then why do we only eat it at Thanksgiving?
I don't know. And it's funny.
It's a real thinker, isn't it?
It's probably some kind of government
It's a conspiracy
flag from the UFOs. They're trying to make you eat turkey and stuff so that you don't pay attention to the aliens. And
heavy landing day.
It's all government. It's the government, man. But my parents every year they try to do something different. Like they don't really like they'll do some of the Thanksgiving stuff, but we always like cook like ribs and barbecue and like stuff like that. Switch it up because we're always like, I don't really care too much for that. I like a pecan pie though. That's pecan and pie.
Well, who doesn't, right?
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
And it's not pecan, it's pecan, right? Not pecan. All right. Well, hey, we're gonna let you go. And I don't know if there's anybody else that you need to deliver a message to one last time. If you need Andy's in the comments, if you want Feldman or Nate, Jules to hear it one more time, and then we'll let you get out of here.
All of you guys, I love my job at Bare Knuckle. I want to fight for you guys. Please give me a damn fight because the women's division right now is a snooze fest. Me and Jenny are right here. We want to come and shake it up and put an exciting fight on for you guys and for the fans. It's what the people want. It's what the people deserve. And I'm ready. And I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for having me on and hyping me up always. It's been I was thinking about how long I've known you guys, and it means a lot to me. Thank you guys for always hyping me up.
Of course.
Happy Veterans Day weekend to everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys are awesome. Thank you for serving, and happy birthday to your wife, Stephanie.
Oh, thank you. She'll be very happy.
Yeah, absolutely. Taylor, thank you so much for giving us a little bit of your time tonight. Hopefully we get some news soon, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye, guys. Thanks.
All right. Later.
There she is, Taylor, Killa Bee, Starling. Yeah, I hope they make that fight. Maybe January, like we said. Maybe January, maybe Myrtle Beach, something like that. That would be dope. Yep. We got our next guest coming on in a second, but make sure you guys stay tuned for after Mike Jones because we're doing Student Out of the Week, right?
Yes, we are. And we're giving away a signed poster of Jared Warren.
Look at that. Stay tuned for Stu Nod of the Week. You want to find out who the biggest fucking Stu Nod is. And we got some good ones. But before we do that, we're going to talk to a guy who's making his debut in Utah, Salt Lake City. The press conference was today. They're hyping this thing up. This guy is making his debut against Erick Lozano, who has had some big names in his resume in the bare knuckle game. So let's talk to this guy, Mike Jones.
What up, guys?
What's going
on?
Uh-oh.
Hanging out, man.
Do you hear
it, Mike?
Yeah,
we're getting an echo right now.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if it's the way your phone's fitting, maybe, or
maybe you gotta back out, come back in.
Yeah, how's that? Is that better?
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear ourselves.
Do you have headphones, maybe?
I don't. Let me.
Or lower the volume, possibly.
How's that?
Hello.
No.
Still there. Hey, Mike, back out, and then come back in. Right. We're gonna keep you out, and then come back in.
Yeah,
hopefully
that was too
loud.
loud.
That was wicked loud, and that especially in here. I don't know if it was for people at home, but that shit was crazy loud.
I can't believe you guys listen to our voices. Jesus Christ, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. You can ride all night long, Mike Jones. So, hey, while we're waiting for him, last night we were talking about him, and I said, government turkeys. That's fucking great. I said, if he hasn't used this song, he needs to use that song, Mr. Jones by Mike Jones, because it was perfect. And then today he sent me a video. He uses that for his walkout. I did not know that, but it is a perfect fucking walkout song. Let's try this again. Let's see if it sounds better.
Let's pray to the live gods.
No.
Still bad?
Yeah. We
I don't know what it is.
It's a loud echo.
It's huge echo too. Can you guys listening hear us? Hear the echo?
They can.
Yeah, feedback is crazy.
Yeah. You want me to try signing on my laptop and try that instead?
Yeah,
if you have the laptop, definitely. We'll bullshit for a little bit. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
All right. We definitely want to talk to him for sure. So let's.
We don't want that to ruin the interview, right?
We'll give him a minute.
Yeah. So let's talk about
BKFC 53.
Yes, let's do that. Let's talk about BKFC 53. What'd you think about 50 Trees?
I think that Dave Mundell is the man. Doug Coltrane may have been thrown in there a little too soon for a guy like Mundell. Mundell was even a little sloppy. If I mean, like, don't take this to offense, Dave, but it looked like you were trying to get him out in the first minute of the first round by humming like fucking giant shots at him, right, Mike? I don't know if you agree with that, but he didn't look as crisp as he normally does. He's pretty cerebral sometimes when he attacks. He comes forward and he throws bombs, but usually he's a little more crisp. He was humming some shots.
Did you listen to, did you hear his post-fight?
No, I didn't.
I believe he said that he did that on purpose because he got the cut under the eye and didn't want them to stop the fight.
Oh,
yes.
Did he say that in the ring?
It was obvious that I thought the same thing. I was like, man, it's kind of weird. I feel like he's really running forward and just winging shots like a madman right now, which is kind of like not his game plan. I was wondering what was going on in that. And he said that he got a cut and he did not want the fight to be stopped and he loses on a cut. So he just pretty much went ham and won. He just said, I just got to end the fight now. I have to do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He's a beast. And then he did the call out on Mike Perry after the fight. And I know that when we talked to Dave last time he was on the show, he said he's going to take the belt. He's going to go out to Salt Lake City and he's going to, dangle it in front of him and let him know that if you or either one of you two, Eddie or Mike, after this fight, either one of you guys can come get this. He did say that he was going to do that, but Perry was there in the crowd and he made the call out. We'll see. I don't know if that'll ever happen. No. What do you think? He said he don't want it, right?
Perry said no. There's a video that shows Perry from the crowd and Mike in the ring, and he says, "You want this fight? Do you want this fight? Let's go." And then he was like, "No, I don't." That's awesome. What he said to him, basically. And that's so.
It's because he's getting like big dollar. He's getting big. I mean,
that's where we are right now.
Dude, he's fought MVP Luke Rockhold, and now he's going to be fighting Eddie Alvarez. It's
like, there's some fortunate stuff that comes from her, and it's unfortunate at the same time because that is the fight that I want to see, that everyone should want to see. Everyone wants to, and I'm sure that Perry does want that fight, but he doesn't want it because of the fact of how the business is working right now,
right?
And that is money.
But if he can make,
if
he can make six figures a fight and not have to have a title, or, you know what I mean? He's getting paid more than the champions. I'm not saying that I know that for sure, but I'm not an idiot.
Well,
we all know.
I think we do.
We all know he's probably the highest paid guy on the roster, and
right.
You know what? If he can continue to be the highest paid guy on the roster and not have to be a champion doing it, then I guess why the fuck you even bother?
And also from BKFC standpoint, I'm not speaking for them, but I'm just guessing as to what they're thinking is why have a guy who they're signing for all this money fight the champion, and if he happens to win the belt, who is he going to fight after that? Well, it would only make sense if he fought ranked guys who, no offense, most of the ranked guys here are pure bare knuckle fighters. They're not known as well outside, so they're not going to bring guys in for their first fight in the BKFC to fight for a title, and then maybe win. So now we've got 1 fight title shots, and then they just come in for 1 fight. They win the title, and then they have to put it to the side. And now the title's open every few months. So it's crazy.
So they got a good business plan going. It's like they got a few guys that they can just showcase fights and sell tickets, and then let the pure bare knuckle fighters fight for the titles. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's weird to say that because Mike Perry does seem like a pure bare knuckle fighter, even though coming over from the UFC and whatnot, but he looks like he's made for this shit. So I can't imagine he'd want to go the rest of his career here, making all this money and becoming famous as a bare knuckle fighting, Mount Rushmore guy if he ever makes it there, but never have a championship.
He's got to get it at some point.
At some point. And then right before we bring on Mike, I want to say Kazgan, Murat Kazgan and Julian Lane. Kazgan proved that he belongs in this shit.
He did well,
Julian Lane is definitely the litmus test for any guy who thinks they're tough enough to be in the fucking bare knuckle game. And Kazgan was winning all 3 rounds. He really was. He was winning the whole fight. I think
it's crazy. Did you see it?
But that cut was absolutely fucking nasty.
Oh my God.
It was a hatchet wound over his fucking eye. And it had to be stopped. You know what I mean? People can get pissy and bitch about Muzi, and people hate doctor stoppages, and it happens every single time. They fucking cry about Dr. Muzi, or they fucking cry about the ringside.
Purposely come to us to show us a picture just to be like, listen, everybody's bitching, but look at this guy. Do you believe why I did this? And I'm like, oh shit, sorry.
Absolutely, dude. And I'm sure if we were there that night and we saw Dr. Muzi, we would have asked him, and he would have showed us a fucking photo, because he will take a photo of the cut that stopped the fight. And that one was nasty on Murat. So
I'll get a picture of him, bring it up.
Yeah, Julian Lane, though, it's good to have him back, and he's always exciting. There's a lot more to talk about on that card. Jafar Fort looked great. Sawyer DP looked good. Sawyer DP went up to heavyweight. He's going to come back down to 205, I'm assuming. So maybe he'll get a bigger fight soon. Let's see if we can bring in Mike Jones and actually hear him without hearing ourselves. Let's see. Here we go. Mike Jones.
What up, guys? Is that better?
Better. Much better.
Sweet.
Here we go. What's going on, man? Welcome to the Mike and Mish show. I'm Mish. That's Mike. And, we're excited to have you on here. What's going on?
Thanks for having me, guys.
I'm trying to make you big. So, okay,
there he is.
So people don't.
There he is. Now we can see him.
Dude, so Mike Jones, obviously, Mike, when we heard your name, the first thing that came to mind was 281-330-8004, but that's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's early 2000 rap music's fault. That's what came to mind. But after I looked up who the hell Mike Jones was on this card, it turns out that you're a fucking badass from that area, number 2 in the state. What are you?
Middleweight and lightweight, number 2, I believe.
So I got some. I'm number 1, bro. The guy that they have ranked, I don't know what Tapology does.
Yeah.
Or how they rank it, but the guy that's number 1, I just knocked him out in August in like 2.5 minutes.
Is that where you got the belt?
Yeah.
Oh,
nice.
So maybe
number 1.
You got to get their
I don't
shit
care
together.
what they say. I'm number 1 here.
There you go. Well, dude, it looks like, and the reason why I was like, who is this guy Mike Jones? Because Erick Lozano has been around for a while, and even though he has that like flat line highlight with Lorenzo Hunt, people don't realize that he was like 4 rounds deep with Lorenzo Hunt, who's one of the fucking best out there, and they were banging in that fight up until he got put on his back. And then he's looked better of late. He knocked out Francisco Ricci. So when I saw your name as a BKFC debuter fighting a guy like him who's been around for a minute, I was like, oh, I have to look into this. So, and then we definitely had to get you back on here. Get you on here for sure.
Yeah, I was ready to fight whoever. They offered a couple other guys, but they couldn't get licensed with the commission. They said his name. I don't know who he was. I didn't really pay attention. Yeah, dude, here we are. I'm gonna go throw down. He looks tough.
Didn't matter.
He looks tough. I don't care, but I love to fight, bro. So let's go.
So BKFC announces that they're coming to Salt Lake City. Did they contact you, or you and I don't know if you have a manager or your camp, your coaches, reach out to them, or did you go to the tryout in Salt Lake City?
So I went to the tryouts. They actually hosted the tryouts at my gym. My coach is Jeremy Hornan, so we were having the tryouts at our gym, and then the guy I just fought, Jerome Hatch, he actually fought for BYB, bare knuckle, and I guess he was like the Police Gazette world champion. He had won that over in Abu Dhabi like earlier this year, and then I knocked him out relatively easy. It was, I didn't take him down. We just boxed, and I knocked him out in MMA. My coach just said, "Hey, I think you would kick some people's asses in this, so let's do it." So then the trials came, so I just showed up, and yeah, they seemed to like me, so here we are.
How many fights did Jeremy Horn have? Didn't he have like a fucking 100?
He has like almost 200 or more than 200. I don't know, dude. It's a lot.
That fucking dude seemed like he was always fighting. Yeah, it's crazy. So you've been in combat sports your whole life?
Yeah, I mean, I wrestled my whole life. And then after high school, I took a couple years and then didn't know what to do with my life, so I started fist fighting people.
Well, that's a fun hobby.
Yeah, not a bad gig.
Yeah, it was all right. Yeah, it's fun.
So BKFC, it has been like growing like crazy, right? And then you see that they're putting a card like this together in your home state. How excited were you to go to that tryout and then find out that they're going to be having this card December 2nd in Salt Lake City, headlined by Eddie Alvarez and Mike Perry,
massive,
with guys like Ben Rothwell and Todd Duffy and fucking OGs of the BK world, Arnold Adams and Mick Terrell and Christine Faria and Beck Rollins. You must have been fucking ecstatic that that's the first event that you're going to get on, correct?
Oh yeah, I'm stoked, dude. I'm blessed to be on this card. I was willing to go fight anywhere, but it's just even better. They're coming to Salt Lake and they're putting a badass card like this on, dude. It's been one of my goals in MMA. It was to start fighting for bigger organizations and just I'm just having fun with it. So yeah, dude, I'm blessed.
We had on Trevor Bradshaw yesterday, and we found out that he signed with BKFC a really long time ago and did not fight. This is not the same situation for you. Because he signed 136 weeks ago and then still went to the tryouts without even fighting in between, and we could not wrap our heads around what the hell went on there. So that isn't the same case with you, right? You haven't been like waiting for years to fight here.
No, dude, I've just been focused on MMA. So I didn't really pay attention to bare knuckle too much. And then, so I lived out in Denver for a while. I went out there to train and trained with Chris Camozzi, and I still follow him on social media. He's my friend. So then I started seeing him fighting. So then I started paying attention. I think that BKFC 50 was like the first full card I've actually watched of BKFC.
Okay.
So I started following Chris and seeing his stuff on social media, and I was like, shit, that looks like fun. So I started talking back and forth with him, and yeah, he said, go give it a shot, go have fun.
He fits right in, man. He's settled right into the sport for sure. And when he first fought Bubba McDaniel, we didn't know if it was going to be a one and done for him or if he was going to, if he was there for a multi-fight. I think they did sign him to a multi-fight, but that doesn't really, he could be like, yeah, you know what, this ain't for me and just go somewhere else. But he seemed to really love it after he fought Bubba. Granted, it was a short fight. Then he fought Spawn. Was it Dan Spawn?
Yeah.
And moved to 2-0, and he gets a fucking title shot right off of that. And some people in that arena thought that he did enough to take that fight that night. I don't know what you thought. What did you think about his fight with Lorenzo?
It was a good fight. I mean, I'm biased. Like Chris is my friend, so I'm watching the fight. I thought he'd done enough, but I also haven't went back and watched it. And
yeah, he was also fighting the champ, right? To be the champ. Now you said you hadn't really paid attention. So do you know any of the names? Like I mentioned, Arnold Adams and Mick Terrell and Lorenzo Hunt. Did you know any of those names prior?
I didn't before. I know now. Since I went to those tryouts and they kind of gave me an idea that they wanted me on the Salt Lake card, I've kind of did a deep dive and been on the BKFC app. I've been watching nothing but bare knuckle. I've been going back and watching old fights. Just like, yeah, I've kind of got a little obsessed with it lately. So just trying to wrap my head around it and figure it out.
Nice. Maybe we have to send you some of our faves so you can look them up and check them out, because there are some insane fights that have happened. And I just fell in love. We went to Knuckle Mania, the first one, back in February 2021. That was the first event that we covered live, Kyle and I. And from the first time that somebody got like clean shot, like a clean shot to the jaw, just so loud, it sounded so different than a MMA fight live or even kickboxing or box. It just was so different that sound reverberating in the arena. We both looked at each other like, holy shit, what the fuck was that? And after that, we kind of fell in love. And Taylor Starling, who was just on the show, she fought Charissa Sagala that night. And they had the fight of the year. That fight from that night ended up getting voted as the fight of the year. So it was incredible. It was an incredible night. And we've been like balls to the wall since. Fell in love with the sport. Couldn't stop watching. We're all the way in now. So, hey, man, sorry and not sorry at the same time, because you're in. You might be locked in here for life.
Yeah,
you're gonna love this.
It looks like the most fun ever to me. So, I mean, I love to fist fight people. So, yeah, I'm ready. I mean, MMA, I have like a boxing heavy style anyways. Like, I've wrestled my whole life, but I have 10 wins with 10 knockouts. I've never really shot for a takedown too much. So just seems like a lot more fun, you know?
175. So you a welterweight in MMA, right? 170.
Yeah, I did the first part of my career as a welterweight. I cut way too much weight. I don't know. You know how it goes in MMA. Everyone wants to cut as much weight as they can. I mean, I'd walk at 200, 205, and I'm pretty lean. And then I'd always cut to 170 and kill myself. And then.
So your recent MMA fight's been middleweight, 185?
Yeah, I've been doing 185. It's just a lot happier.
So Lozano has been fighting at 175 his last two fights. This one's at 180 or 185?
Yeah, it's a 185 pound. They told me he can make 205 down to 175. So
you know what they got you you know what they got you listed as on the BKFC website?
What's that?
Mike Jones, fucking 155 pounds, baby. Woo!
Oh, really? Yeah. Dude, I haven't weighed that since like middle school, bro.
Yeah,
what's funny is when they first put it on the BKFC app, they had the picture up there and it was somebody different. It was like Michael Merck Jones. It was like he's a black guy with dreads, you know, and that's who they put up there. I had to message him like, hey, bro, you guys got some explaining to do. I don't know what's going on with this. We just need to be fixed, you know?
Oh shit, man. So at the 185 pound division, like you got a nice resume and you are fighting a guy with a name, a known name in the bare knuckle community. Granted, he only has 3 fights, but nobody has a ton of fights in the BKFC unless they're the champs. All the champs got like 9-10 fights apiece. Yeah. Everyone else has like 3 or 4.
He fought 2 champs though.
Yeah, he fought 2 champs. You take a look at that 185 pound division. You fight a guy like Erick Lozano. Have you looked at the division at all and like looked into potential future opponents like Josh Dyer, or next week Jared Warren is going to be fighting Danny Christie? There's a lot of cool ass fights, big banger fucking fighters in that 185 division. Have you even taken a look, or you just?
Oh yeah, I've watched all of them, dude. Yeah, I mean, I want to get through this fight first. I mean, obviously bare knuckle is going to be different, but I mean, I've had plenty of MMA fights, you know, bringing me back to my street fighting days back in the day. So no stranger to fighting, but yeah, I want to get through this one first. But yeah, I've definitely been checking it out. I mean, after that Denver card, I think I remember texting the matchmaker for BKFC, and I remember watching a guy in my weight class. I think his name was like Tony Jenkins or something. Or
yeah,
yes.
And I think he was like
Denver, right?
He was like ranked number 5, and I'm like, and I actually asked for that. I'm like, hey, that guy says he wants to have a quick turnaround. Hey, December's right there. I'll fight that guy on that card. But then, you know, they did their matchmaking.
That would have been good. And I think is he 2-0 or 3-0?
He's 3-0
this year. Are they all this year?
They are. No, one of them was from October of last year.
Okay. So within a year, I knew he fought pretty frequently.
Ravon Baxter was 2022. And then he fought Dylan Weinmiller and Brian Moronic at BKFC 50.
Yeah. You know, what's great about this sport is, this company, at least, BKFC will give you quick turnaround fights too. So if Jenkins wanted one, they must not have been able to figure that one out for you. But if you go out there and you take care of Lozano and you're like, hey, I'm ready. they'll probably come calling for sure. They've been making a living. Like Keith Richardson's fought 4 times this year, and he's a fucking world champion now. He's probably the rookie of the year, the fighter of the year, the fight of the year, and the fucking world champ right now, all in one year.
So wild.
It is. And I'm not joking. It's like he might have all 4 of those locked up.
Oh, sick. Yeah, I'm ready. Like if I'm healthy, I want to keep fighting. I took a couple years off from fighting and then started back up last year.
What are you doing when you're not fighting? What are you doing for a living?
I'm an estimator for a structural steel company, so I'm an office nerd. Do math all day, put numbers together. Yeah, I'm a numbers guy.
With a cauliflower?
Do you work from home?
No, I don't work from home. I got to go in the office. And this is a new job for me. Before that, I was a coal miner and then a welder. So
a coal miner.
Yeah.
Now, you know what that makes me think of? As soon as I hear that is
yes, Black
Lung. Fucking Bill Burr, when Bill Burr was talking about watching Oprah, and the girl goes, Oprah goes, my next guest has the hardest job in the world. She's a mother. And Bill Burr was like, really? A fucking mother's the hardest job in the world? He goes, all those guys dying of black lung from coal mining. You know, I thought roofing in July as a redhead was tough, but evidently these mothers got it real fucking hard.
Hey, calm down, mothers that are watching. Okay, we have wives that are mothers. Okay, well,
relax. Go back to bed.
They're great and all other stuff.
Yeah, man, it's we're looking forward to this one. BKFC 56 is insane. The press conference was today. How close are you to the venue? Are you in Salt Lake City or are you around it?
I'm like southwest Salt Lake County. So I'm like 20-30 minutes from the Maverick Center. I actually went over to the press conference today and checked it out.
Nice.
It was fun.
The Maverick Center is like in a different town, right? What's it called? West Valley City.
West Valley, yeah. It's like to me, it's all the same. I grew up in a small town, a couple hours south. So when I get up here, everything's Salt Lake to me. I mean, it's all like big connected together. So I don't really know the difference too much.
Okay. What was the energy in the room like? We watched the press conference on our tablets or TVs or whatever, but we weren't there. Usually Mike and I are there in the press conference asking questions. Unfortunately, we didn't get to this one, but
it's a bit far away.
Yeah, a little bit. We're all the way in the East Coast. I'm in
Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What was it like in the room there? You had the Schmo in there and a few other outlets. Decent energy.
I mean, energy was good. I mean, you got Mike Perry. That dude's always seems a little intense and a little wild. So he kind of brings it up, and him and Alvarez talking shit to each other was kind of funny. It was fun. And then even when the cameras weren't off, they were still jabbing and the whole time. So yeah, it was fun.
Was there anything that happened that possibly wasn't on camera that you saw that's of, newsworthy, so to say?
No, I don't think so. I think they pretty much had cameras rolling most of the time. I don't think anything too crazy happened. So
he told me he was going to shine his head. I like that. He was going to shine his fucking
his bald head.
And we were laughing because he said he was going to race him. He was like, I'm faster. Eddie's like, I'm faster than you, Mike. And he was like, I will race you right now.
Could race. He said, we could race right now. He goes, we're going to fight. He's like, I'm not talking about racing. I'm talking about fighting.
That's why you got to love Mike. Cause that shit is so funny when he comes and he says shit like that.
And when they did the fucking face off, they started punching each other in the gut, like trading gut shots. I was like, these two, they're gonna end up scrapping right now. I think.
When I first showed up, I walked in the room and Ben Rothwell and Mike Perry were punching each other in the stomach. They were going like shot for shot, and I was just like, this dude's a psychopath, dude. Like, but I think the best part of the press conference, I think it was Ben Rothwell's opponent, Todd Duffy, when he was like, what did he say? He was like, I'm going to try to test all 3 of his chins. I mean, that had the room laughing. That was like, that one cracked me up.
You know what? That was probably the best line of the day.
Sure.
But Rothwell was pretty funny too, because when they were talking about fighting for the most violent man on the planet, Rothwell was like, I don't know why you guys keep talking. I just need to know which one of you two I'm taking that belt from after the fight's over. And Perry's like, Mike's like, you're gonna have to take it from me. Like those two start fucking around too. So it's good shit, man. It's gonna be a great event. We're looking forward to your walkout. Are you gonna walk out to the same song? Please say yes.
I mean, I have to. Like, I hated it at first. I got that shit in high school. Like my whole life. I went to school. Like I graduated in 2008. So Mike Jones was big then. So the teachers, even the teachers, bro, they'd be calling roll. They'd be like Jeff or Terry, and they always have to say Mike Jones. And then there's like, sounds like there's a bunch of owls in the room. Like everyone's like, who? Yeah, just like. I mean, man. I fought for LFA one time, and the whole crowd did that. I was just like, but now I've just embraced it, and yeah, we've been walking out to it, and the crowd seems to like it, so we're gonna keep it up.
Man, 2008 might have been like the height of Swisher House too, like Paul Wall and Slim Thug and those guys. So yeah, you were catching it, right?
I imagine you were pretty popular just because of that.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it got annoying to the point, but yeah, it was.
Yeah, you walk down a hallway, everybody's just yelling.
Yeah, this is just everyone just yells who at
right.
Like, come on,
you know what the best
like,
part
dude,
about...
I'm trying to smoke. I'm trying to freaking sneak out of school, bro.
Yeah,
Mike Jones, you're like fucking 20 fucking yards off the campus. Yeah, son of a bitch.
The best part about that walkout song though is in the song they chant his name.
Yeah.
So even if the crowd's quiet, when you're walking out, it sounds like the damn crowd's chanting your name. It's fucking awesome. Yeah. It's a perfect song for something like that.
It's like the Atlanta Falcons, you know, they play in crowd noise while they're playing.
Yeah. So there's one fight I got, like I think it's on YouTube from a few years ago. Like in the middle of the fight, the crowd gets quiet, and someone starts to chant, "Who? Mike Jones," and it's just loud. Like, and I remember fighting. That's all I could hear. I'm like, all my retarded friends out there just being wild.
It's fun. That's fun. I think it's awesome. I mean, obviously my name's not Mike Jones, so I didn't have to deal with it, but it is cool. I mean, it can get.
He is Mike.
It's like a little extra. It's like Julian Lane we were just talking about. He fought. He was on. Now this is a little different though, because he did kind of like break out and cry on Tough, and then started saying, "Let me bang, bro. Let me bang." But then he embraced it. And now he has "Let me bang." He says it all the time, and people love it so much.
He tattooed it on his ribs.
Yeah, people love it.
It says "Let me bang" real big on his ribs, and he changed his name. Julian Night Train. He was Night Train Lane, and then he was Hellboy, and then he was back to Night Train, but now he's "Let me bang" Lane. It's fucking. He's got it.
I mean, I got a good one for you guys. Yeah, like speaking of the tattoo thing, I think I was probably 18 at the time, and my dad had owned a tattoo shop, so he did the tattoo artist. So I went in there, and that song started playing. Like, I think, you know, back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot, whatever. And "Who Mike Jones." I ended up getting "Who Mike Jones" tattooed across my chest. Nice. And then a couple years later, I had like instant regret and had to get it covered up. But yeah, I was like, I had it tatted on my chest for a minute.
You had "Who Mike Jones" tattooed on your chest.
Yeah, it came on. I was like, oh, we have to do it, you know. Yeah,
that is fucking great.
It's a sign.
Come on, that is fucking great, man. You should have kept that shit. No, you know what? You got to get another one. Just get "Who." Just get "Who" tattooed somewhere, like right there. Who.
Yeah, so you can put it up when you come out,
or on your knuckles. You know how people do the knuckles?
That's right.
Tats? Instead of like pain or whatever, you put WHO.
You could put MITEJON. No, I don't wouldn't fit.
No. All right. Hey, we're gonna ask you a couple off topic questions, and then we'll get you the hell out of here. Thanksgiving's right around the corner. All right. So we're gonna ask you this: if you can choose something to be a Thanksgiving float. I didn't read these questions before.
He's also a little blind too, so you see he gets
no. I haven't read these yet. If you could choose something to be a Thanksgiving Day float, what would it be?
What do you mean by float? Like
like the Macy's Thanksgiving Day, like the floats
things
that they
do the same Thanksgiving. You gotta go with the sweet ass turkey. Just like I'll just do a turkey.
Oh, they have a turkey.
You should do a diamond grill.
Yeah.
The diamond grill floating down the fucking middle of Salt Lake City on Thanksgiving Day. Here we go. Number two.
What are the unwritten rules of the gym? I know there's some.
Yeah. Just don't be an asshole. Clean your damn gloves. Like, don't come in here stinking it up, and wash your gi. I don't do gi, but man, I've smelled some of the people that come in and do gi. Yeah, wash your gi.
Oh my god,
that's like the worst one.
It's got to be.
That was my least fucking favorite thing. Like there was one guy who would come to the gym like maybe once or twice a week, and I don't think he ever fucking washed his gi. I think he would take it off and throw it in his truck and then get out of work and put it back on and come in and then take it off and throw it back in his truck. And that thing, when you would roll with him, I would want to fucking throw up. I'd be like, oh, dude, get the fuck out of here. Go over there.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest rule, dude. Wash your shit.
Yeah. Why the fuck people so nasty?
They are.
It's fucking
You want to know what? Today, at the end of the day, I had to go to like the paint shop at work, and I walked in, and there was a smell like dirty socks, like socks that were so dirty and smelly that someone wore them from new to holes in the toes, just straight through. It smelled so bad, like dirty feet, and I was like, "What the fuck is the smell going on in this place right now?" I had to like, walk through. I don't know what it was. I got in and out of there. I didn't want to ask any questions. It smelled so bad, and I was like, "This isn't like chemicals, or it's somebody in here is a stinky bastard."
Disgusting. All right, here we go. Number 3. Would you rather eat a pound of raw cranberries or a pound of raw pumpkin?
Cranberries all day.
Fuck yeah. Who eats raw pumpkin?
I know. What do we do with that?
That's a weird question.
I tried to explain this to my daughter when we were carving the pumpkin. She's like, "How come we don't eat the pumpkin?" And I'm like,
no one does.
And I just like stared at her like I had no idea what I was like. You eat the seeds? She's like, "So I can just eat the seeds?" And I was like, "Well, we got to cook them first." And she's like, "What?
Nah.
You don't
Nobody
eat the
eats
whole
that shit.
Pumpkin?"
Here we go.
I was like, "No, don't touch that shit." If you could punch any famous person in the face right now, who would it be?
Steven Seagal. Oh man, I'll punch the shit out of Steven Seagal, bro.
He taught you how to punch, though, right?
Yeah. He taught the front kick. Anderson
so.
Silva. He taught me how to bare knuckle box. Yeah, dude.
That's so funny. That was quick, man. You don't like Steven Seagal, huh? That was
I was actually watching some Steven Seagal videos early, some like karate stuff, and it was making me laugh. So it was just it was fresh.
Oh, that's funny. Bro. So you want to? So Mike has his go-to is this gentleman right here.
Just
this guy
punch that face so many times.
Mike has this deep hate for Dr. Phil.
I think he's such a piece of shit, that guy. I would love to punch him in the face. I'm sorry, Dr. Phil. I just would love to punch him.
And my go-to for this question every time is this punchable face right here. Nick Wright on ESPN. This guy is such a little weaselly piece of shit. And he fucking talks all this shit about all these athletes like he's a fucking athlete. Like this guy is the type of guy that would watch Mike Jones fight and then criticize the way you fought. Like Monday on ESPN, he would be like, he did this wrong and blah, 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 blah. When everybody in the world knows that you would go to the ESPN studio and wipe that stupid fucking nose right off of his face. You know what I mean? I fucking hate that guy. All right. I digress. All right. And last question for you, Mike. What are the best and worst things about Thanksgiving? It's coming up.
My favorite thing is getting together with the family, meeting up. That's also probably the worst thing too. There's some family members you don't want to meet up with, so I'm gonna go with that. But
that's a fantastic.
Good food, good family. Yeah, that's probably my favorite parts about it.
Awesome.
That's a good answer because I'm annoyed leading to like family can make you annoyed about Thanksgiving before Thanksgiving even happens. You can get annoyed. You'd be like, "Oh my god, why is so-and-so doing this?" Yeah.
That's another thing. I got a bone to pick with them. Like I told myself years ago, because I fought around Thanksgiving time or right after Thanksgiving time before, and I promised myself I'd never do it again because of I'm cutting weight and I gotta right. So this fight's like a week after Thanksgiving, so I'm gonna just be missing out on all the good food. I ain't gonna be eating the pies and like.
You know what? We talked to Dave Mundell last year before he fought Francisco Ricci for the title. We talked to him and he was like, "Yeah, man, I'm not even gonna be able to enjoy Thanksgiving." He's like, "I'm gonna fucking be in a camp cutting weight to fight Francisco for the belt." He goes, "So we're gonna do something afterwards, but I will eat pumpkin pie on Thanksgiving. I don't give a fuck."
Yeah, he fought December 3rd.
Yeah, he fought December 3rd. That's crazy, man. Hey, so we're excited to see you fight. You said you saw Erick Lozano. Before we let you go, how do you see the fight ending? Do you see it going a long distance? Do you see you getting him out of there quick? You said you've watched this film. How do you see it ending on December 2nd?
I don't know. The way I fight, I don't think it like. I mean, I've had 10 wins or 23 total fights, and I've been to the third round one time, second round twice. I think. I mean, I like to go out there and knock someone out or get knocked out. So I don't see it going. But that dude's also pretty tough. Like he went all 3 rounds with all 5 rounds with Bostwick.
Yeah.
But he also got a turn-off button, too. They said about I think he fights exactly like my last opponent did, and he was like the bare-knuckle boxer guy. So I'm going to go for the knockout. That's how I fight. But also I know he's pretty tough. I'm pretty tough, so I wouldn't be surprised if we had a war either. So I don't want to do that. I just want to knock him out real quick and then get paid and get out of there. But I'll go.
I mean, if you get him out of there quick, you got to go in the back, get cleaned up, and come back out so you can watch those fucking last 5 fights that are all going to be incredible fucking bangers. You know what I mean?
I think they have me on the card like right before all those title fights. So I'm going to go. I'll be
cleanup. Quick cleanup. Yeah, there you go. Hey, man, thank you for coming on tonight. Thanks for giving us a little bit of your time. And thanks for not hating us for asking you about the Mike Jones shit. I'm sure you don't like that. But no problem. Any shout outs you want to do before we let you go?
Yeah, I just want to thank, just shout out my family, my friends, my sponsors. Got bucked up as a sponsor, so I got pretty lucky with that one.
Nice.
All the sponsors I got. Spencer, the Purple Belt Thomas, he's been helping me with my boxing this camp. So, yeah, I mean, that's it. It's everyone that supports me, dude. Thanks, everybody.
There you go.
Nice.
Well, thank you very much for giving us a little bit of your time, and we'll see you out in Salt Lake City. Mike, you have anything else for that, Mike?
No, I cannot wait to see your fight as well as the rest of the Utah guys that are on that card. So I always like seeing the local talent when we go to these shows because it's nice to meet all these new fighters and get to see them in action, and then hopefully follow your career here after you get this one out of the way to the moon, right?
Yeah, let's go.
We'll see you in a couple weeks,
awesome.
live and in person, and we'll get some interviews there too.
All right, brother. Take it easy.
Later.
Who?
Mike Jones. That's
Mike Jones.
So seamless transition, right? From what we were talking about, Mike Jones, back to what we were talking about. And this is what we were talking about. This right here.
Oh, shit.
That
there it is.
Kazgan's cut. And I have zoomed in a little bit right here. Look at that right there. That is.
Yeah.
That's
another dude. Here's Mike. Here's another smooth transition. We're about to do the Stune Out of the Week, and there was a lot of people real vocal on the internet. You know who you are, you fucking retards. Oh, I shouldn't have said retards. Sorry, that's not like you fucking idiots. For that. You fucking Stunons. You fucking morons. The ones that were quick to get on Facebook in comment sections and just shit on the stoppage. I don't understand how you live your lives. It's fucking insane to me that you sit in your house on your couches watching this shit on TV, see a fucking hatchet wound in a guy's goddamn eye, and then bitch about the fucking stoppage. Did you want him to like fucking get permanent nerve damage in his face? Or would you like to see Murat Kazgan fight again for the fucking BKFC? That's what the doctor's there for. That cut deserved a stoppage. He's a fucking beast. He will be back. He's now 1-1. You know, welcome. We'll see him soon. But that is a perfect transition into Stunot of the Week, Mike. Here we go. We got 4 of them. Now let me read them to you so you can make a decision on who the fuck is the biggest Stunot of the week. I got a couple doozies for you. The Go Fun Murder. We got Uber Stupid. We got Jay Naughty. And we get the Flying Felon. So which one do you want to hear about first? I think we'll just cover Jay Naughty first, Mike.
That's an easy one. I think we already know that story. It probably doesn't need to be explained too much.
Doesn't need to be explained. I'll sum it up in one sentence. She was supposed to fight at 135 pounds and showed up 160 pounds. Didn't fight. We'll move on from her. Who do you want to hear? You want to hear about Go Fun Murder?
Let's you know what? Let's do Uber Stupid first.
Okay, Uber Stupid. Let me pull it up.
Rather.
Okay, so Uber Stupid. This guy, Headline: A thief blabbed to his Uber driver about how he was on his way to commit a crime. So let me just sum this shit up for you. This guy, his name's Kevin Gray, in the great state of Maine. 41-year-old thief Kevin Gray. You're now famous because he ordered a rideshare Uber car to go to the local TJ Maxx. And on the way to the local TJ Maxx, he tells the Uber driver, I'm going to rob this place when I get there. He fucking blabs.
Stick around and get me out of there.
He blabs all the way to TJ Maxx about how he's going to fucking hold the place up when he gets in there. He gets out of the car. He walks inside to rob the place. The fucking Uber driver calls the police, lets them know, hey, I just dropped this guy off at TJ Maxx and he's inside robbing the fucking place right now. And the police show up and they arrest his ass for fucking armed robbery. What do you think about that guy, Mike?
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. You know what would have been even dumber is if the guy driving the Uber stayed there when he was calling the cops, like, hey, this guy's robbing the place. And the guy runs out with a bunch of money and shit and gets it back into the car and goes, all right, let's go.
Oh, dude. So Gray is facing charges in relation to the theft, as well as drug possession, warrants, and violation of conditions of release. So that guy's going back to jail, and he's gonna be there for a minute. So you know about Jay Naughty, you know about Uber Stupid. You want to hear about the flying felon or the GoFund murder?
Let's do flying felon.
Okay, dude. Flying felon was fucking pretty hilarious to me. You see that still picture there? That is an actual guy. Picture. The guy's name is oh no. A shocking video from police in Los Angeles shows a robbery suspect jumping off a roof to evade police. So this guy, his name is Jeffrey Askew, 27 years old. Him and 3 other guys did a home invasion and robbed this person, right? They tied the person up, and then fucking somebody called the cops. I'm trying to like sum this shit up, but they went there. They found 2 of the suspects leaving the building. They cops grabbed them. The other one ran off, and then the other one ran back into the building. So Jeffrey Askew goes to the roof of the building. The police go and they find people tied up in the apartment. And from the ground, that shot right there is from police body cam footage. Jeffrey Askew, to evade the police, jumps from the roof of the building that they're standing in front of to try to get to the rooftop across the street, but hits the rooftop of the other building across the street and falls all the way down to the ground because he didn't make the jump, right? So he goes building top to building top, fails to parkour his ass to freedom, hits the building, lands on the ground. Now he's rolling around on the ground. You guys can find this body cam footage online. It's fucking there.
He didn't die.
No, he didn't die. So the cops are approaching him as he's rolling around on the ground in pain. And he reaches in his pants
and he
to
got
pull.
shot.
Yes, to pull a firearm, right? So he does. So he goes, and it looks like he's pulling a firearm out of his pants. Mike, they shoot him. They don't kill him. They shoot. His legs. He's got a hammer. He pulled a hammer out of his fucking pants. It wasn't a gun. The dude had a hammer tucked in his belt line.
Oh man, he probably landed on that. Probably broke like internal. Oh my god, he probably broke ribs and shit when he landed.
Dude, think about this. This guy, part of a home invasion robbery, runs to the rooftop to get away from police and puts a hammer in his fucking pants. And then decides to try to Spider-Man his ass to freedom over to another building, misses, lands on the ground, probably breaks a bunch of bones, I would imagine.
He probably should have lost the hammer. He might have made the jump.
Yeah.
less weight.
Yeah. Later confirmed to be a hammer. Yeah. So the guy's recovering from injuries from the fall and the gunshot wound, and then he's going to go to prison. So that's a fucking dummy.
I don't know if he's the biggest do-nod or not yet, but I do know that that's just the funniest story.
That you're leaning that way?
It's so funny to me.
All right. Well, the last one, GoFund murder. And I don't know if anybody's liking this shit in the comments. Is there a lot of comments?
Yeah, people are talking.
There we go. All right. So on the last one, a GoFund murder. So this guy, a Florida man who raised thousands of dollars on a GoFundMe page following the death of his husband, was arrested after police said he violently killed his spouse and then staged a fake crime scene. Herbert Swilly, 55 years old, he's right there, was taken into custody Friday, months after his husband, Timothy Smith, was found dead in their Ocala apartment on March 25th. The investigation found that at the time of the murder, Smith had 30 times the amount of the normal therapeutic dose of dip something Dramine. It's
one of those things that kills.
It's the main ingredient in Benadryl. He had 30 times the amount in his system. He also had blunt force trauma in his face and genitalia, and a large
what the hell
in a dark mark on his neck. So this dude fed his husband 30 times the amount of Benadryl that he was, that to try to kill him, and then probably realized that his old hubby over there had a really high tolerance for drugs, and the Benadryl wasn't doing the job, and then probably blunt force beat his fucking face and dick in, and then tried to choke him to death.
Oh my God. And then started a GoFundMe.
Yeah. So then he started a GoFundMe page afterwards to
pay for the funeral.
Yeah, let me see. I don't know what the whole point of the fucking GoFundMe was, but
it's probably for the funeral charges.
He set up a GoFundMe and raised more than $2,200 in donations for a celebration of life for his husband.
Oh my God. And then what did he do? Go spend that on like drugs and have
no. The GoFundMe was
the
GoFundMe was removed and all money was refunded to the donors. So
oh my God,
there are your 4 Stunad of the week nominees, Mike. You got Jay Naughty coming in 22 pounds overweight and scrapping a fight. You got the TJ Maxx thief Ubering his ass to the fucking store and telling the Uber driver what he's going to do before he gets there. You got
that's a funny one.
You got fucking Hammer Time over there jumping building to building and getting his ass shot by the police. And then GoFund murder guy who killed his husband and then started a GoFundMe for a celebration of life. These are some good ones, Mike. What is the biggest Stunad of the week out of these 4 options?
Holy smokes. Well,
break it down for me.
Before I make this decision here, very, very important decision. We're bringing Stunad of the week back by popular demand. Everybody put your pick of Stunad of the week in the comments section, and I'm going to tell you mine right now. And I'm going to tell you, as much as I would like to go after that dude who poisoned his husband and I just think that dude's just a sick fuck of the week, right? So he's just a sick bastard. He's definitely not the Stunad of the week. He's just a maniac. So got to get rid of him. I'm taking him off right now. Second of all, Jay Nasty. Okay. Or Jay Naughty. She was Jay Nasty. Now she's Jay Naughty. And I think we're going to have her go out with Nate, right? We're going to
Naughty Nate.
It's going to be Naughty Nate and Jay Naughty. And they're going to go out and we're going to go out with them. We're going to be, listen, you guys need to atone for your sins. We're going to walk them down the street and shame, ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling. However, I cannot place her in the midst of uber stupid and flying felon. I just don't think it would be fair that she just missed weight and got unsigned from the BKFC. Sorry, that I don't think that would be fair at all because these other 2 people are uncontrollably stupid. So uber stupid flying felon. I really love the uber stupid one because it is pretty damn funny that guy, he couldn't just not say anything. He couldn't just get the ride.
Yeah.
And then just tell the Uber driver, like, see you later, or like, hey, I'm going to be out in 10 minutes, and then just go rob the store and then walk out like nothing even happened at all. And then just get in the Uber and leave, and no one would even know because he could have him drive him somewhere else and then he would be gone. But instead, he told the fucking guy, which is insane to me. Like, why would you do that? Like, maybe he needed 3 square meals and he wanted to go to jail. So that could be something. But I'm knocking that guy off too because this other story is just so unbelievably stupid. And the fact that I found out that this guy had a hammer in his belt like in his belt.
And then he
fell.
pulls it. You got to see the video. He pulls it like it straight up. He's laying on the ground in pain, and he like reaches, and they're like, "Stop! Don't do it! Don't do it!" And dude, he pulls.
Like, what made him do that?
He pulls out like this, and it sure as fuck looks like he's pulling a gun out of his pants, and he's pulling it out by the hammerhead.
Was that like suicide by cop? Was he trying to do suicide? It's so stupid. You literally just fell off of a building. So you're not going anywhere. You probably broke both of your legs. I don't know. Did he break? Is he land on his legs and break them?
I don't know. In the video, he's just laying flat on the ground.
Think about a hammer, right? The hammer.
The claw foot.
Yep, yeah. You got the fucking handle. It's in you, and you fall off of a roof, and you fold, and that like sticks in your leg and your chest. Your stomach's probably ripped open from the inside. And then you go to reach for it. I mean, you can't be.
You get shot.
What?
Where did he get shot? It doesn't say where they shot. It doesn't say where they shot him, and you can't tell in the video, dude.
Flying felon is absolutely the student out of the week, in my opinion. So, man, what a fucking
congratulate student out of the week. Flying felon Jeffrey Askew, 27-year-old out of Los Angeles, California, sitting in a jail cell, has no idea that he is the student out of the week.
I'd be afraid he might come kill us if he finds out because he's such an idiot.
I love it. I love it. I love it so much.
Howie says perhaps it ripped his balls off, and that is correct. Perhaps his nutsack exploded when he landed. We just don't know. But he was still dumb enough to try to pull out the hammer when the cops came at him. And they said, don't do it. And he still said, well, I mean, listen, I'm just so stupid. I can't understand. Most stupider guy I've ever seen.
Big Ben says if he had MC Hammer pants,
he's getting away.
He's getting away. He'd be getting
parachute.
away.
He would have floated down and landed on like some kind of fire escape.
Parachute pants on. Oh my God.
Yeah,
dude.
he would have landed on a fire escape softly and just used the stairs and the ladder to get down. He would have been gone. He would have bounced on the cops because they'd be on the roof looking down and he'd be gone. They would be fucking missing.
Too good. Hey, that's our student out of the week. We're gonna do this every week now if we can, but we need help out of you guys, man. Me and Mike scoured the internet to find
these hours and hours and hours because we're nuts.
Well, and we also work. I mean,
we're like talking about it forever. I feel like, but really, we're using like 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 2 minutes here. Like we're just sending shit.
Yeah. But anyways,
we need you.
We didn't give away the Jared Warren fight.
We need to do that now.
Let's do it right quick.
Let's do it right now. Why not?
Captain Deadpool is fighting Danny Christie next weekend in BKFC Leeds. He's the main event, fighting Danny the Bastard Christie, the reigning BKFC UK light heavyweight champion. Danny Christie, this handsome fella that looks like a gigantic Ryan Gosling with a black eye, will be fighting that man that night. Signed, Mike. Do we have a question about Jared Warren that we can throw out to the good folks in the comment section and they can get this picture to hang up in their house? What do we got? We got something?
Okay. If you're how about this one? Jared Warren fought someone that's in the comment section. Who is it? Go.
Oh shit. Who's in the comment section right now? Oh, and if that person answers it and ruins it for everybody else.
Please, person, don't answer.
Yeah.
If you're still watching, don't answer.
Jared Warren fought somebody that was in the comments here tonight. Yes. Who is that person? You get this picture.
Big Ben says Crystal. Yes, he fought Crystal.
He fights her every day. Probably.
Oh, you know what? This might not be fair to people on YouTube. I did not think about that.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, that's not a fair question.
Yeah, but the people on YouTube could just name everybody he's fought.
Yeah, they can't see it though. So that is unfair, and I apologize. I didn't really think about that because Ben's like, he's not in the comments. Who is it? So yeah, that's probably not a good question. We asked Jared Warren yesterday who's his favorite superhero. What did he say?
That's too easy. Come on. What's the answer? Who is Jen? Shout out, let's go, boy. Who was his favorite fucking
Shout it out.
superhero?
Let's go, boy.
Shout it out. Let's go, boy. Deadpool is the answer. Jason's got it on YouTube. Sorry, Susan Walker. Jason with a 4.
Wait.
Deadpool.
Yeah.
Oh, Swervo got it before. Wait a minute.
Big Ben got it before him.
Oh, no. Oh, shit. They're fucking popping up in like different order for me right now.
Big Ben was really?
Yeah, that was weird. They're like going in different order.
I have Ben as the first one, Deadpool. I got Swervo and then Jason.
Okay, so Big Ben, you are the winner of the Jared Warren. Sorry for ruining your night, Jason. But, anyways, you can go
Just
fight
blue
Big
balls
Ben
you.
for it. I just blue balls you on the fucking.
And you know what,
Deadpool
Jason?
answer.
We're gonna get you a signed poster. How about that one?
Yeah, we'll send him sign. How about this? I got something for him right here.
Yeah,
Jason. Send me your address, and I've been meaning to give this thing away. An autographed photo of Elvin Brito
nice
fighting Luis Palomino right there. Jason, you get that for me being a fucking asshole. You get that for your house.
Oh, that's
Big
a good
Ben,
one. I like that.
Big Ben, you get Deadpool. He gets Elvin Brito because I'm feeling generous and I fucked that up. And it's Veterans Day weekend. You know what I mean?
That's right. Hey,
yeah. So, hey, Mike, did you check out my coffee cup?
Believe, conceive, achieve. Shut the fuck up. Oh,
you don't know
no,
what that's
believe.
from?
Ted Lasso. Of course.
Ted
Of course I do. I love Ted Lasso so much. I was sad when I binged the whole thing and it was over. Hated that it ended. I'm sad.
Yeah. Fucking fantastic show. Hey,
Big Ben is giving his picture away to Jason.
So, Jason, send me that address.
Jason's got 2 pictures now.
You got a couple pictures tonight. Shout out, let's go, boy, for sure. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you to Taylor Starling for coming on and talking about that. It's unfortunate that.
Oh, and happy Veterans Day to Jason also.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Unfortunately, we really thought that was going to be on that December card. We heard some rumblings about it from, people involved, and that didn't get done. But I'm sure, like we talked about with Taylor, that it has a lot to do with the amount they're already putting into that December card. Taylor and Jenny been around for a minute, so they might get a little more money than the average fucking Joe. You know what I mean? So putting them higher up on a card to start off the 2024 year would be a better move at this point. So hopefully we get some news on that. Thank you to Taylor for coming on and talking about it with us. And thank you to Mike Jones for coming on. Mike Jones. And he's fighting Erick Lozano in his debut. So he's getting a tough customer in his first fight in the organization. And we'll see where he goes from there if he makes it through Erick. Thank you to Mike for coming on. And welcome back to Student Out of the Week, Mike. I had a fucking blast doing that shit. I want to do that forever now. So
yeah, it is fun. It is a lot of fun. So we'll keep doing it. Like we said, we need everybody's help. Please, we'll make a post every week about it. Either put what you think or who you think should be Student Out of the Week in those comments, or you can email us at missionaccomplished@gmail.com, or just direct message us too. We'll receive it all.
Seriously, going forward, when you guys comment a nominee, leave a link to an article or write the reason why you are nominating somebody, because there was a nominee, but I had to look up the reason for the nomination. And it was definitely not on par with these four tonight.
It's a story it's a story.
It's a story for sure, but it did not rank with these ones that we narrowed it down to.
We have a few honorable mentions that were on there. There was one where a guy there was somebody who poisoned her ex-husband's family with mushrooms or something like that and killed them for dinner. There was a guy who shot his son for crashing into the garage with the car.
Yeah.
There was a guy who waited at the bus stop to fight a kid that fought his son in school. 47-year-old guy. I saw that earlier. There's a couple more too. This is all in this week. This week.
It's all
this. Just a few, in just Florida, I think.
Oh, and Tylen Bates actually nominated Ariel Helwani.
That's right, Ariel Helwani.
And he said
that was a good one too.
He said, I nominate this clown or whatever he called him, but Ariel is absolutely fucking the man. I've been following him for years, but for him to do what he said, I nominate this guy. And he left that meme and it said, this guy told a guy who fought Anderson Silva, John Jones, Fedor Emelianenko, Rampage Jackson, Shogun, Tito. He's like told this guy to grow a pair.
Yeah,
and
that was kind of stupid.
Ariel must have been like, I kind of fucked up there.
I probably shouldn't have said that. That was dumb.
Did you ever? I mean, we got to wrap the show up because we can go for hours. But did you ever watch? Chael talked about the incident on his platform.
I've got to go watch that because I did not see that.
And he was like, he's like, you know how Chael is. He's like, I just don't think that Ariel knew, like, it's me. I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy. Like, who are you talking to when you tell me to grow a pair? And like, he's all love for Ariel. Like, he knows Ariel. It was a heat of the moment thing. But then he talks about Jorge Masvidal and what Masvidal said on Ariel's show about Chael.
Yeah.
And Chael's like, it's all fun and games on the internet saying these things about each other. He goes, but George knows if he sees me that I'm not going to be afraid to fight. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. You know who you're talking to. And he's like, I'm a gangster, you know. Fucking West Lynn gangster. I love that guy. Right? I hope we see him in Salt Lake City.
Oh, and before, this is the last thing before we get off of here. Big Ben says Ariel is giving out the KOV belt. Let me just say this, okay? Yes, Ariel has been around for a while. He is the man. I do listen to him all the time. We definitely, as podcasters, and I wouldn't call myself a journalist, but we look up to him. I do.
He's the gold standard.
He's the GOAT. He's the golden standard. So it's great. However, let it be known that Mike and Mish were the first people to talk about the King of Violence belt and Eddie Alvarez fighting Mike Perry directly to Mike Perry when he was on the show way back.
October 28th, 2022.
So, but he does got the clout. We do not have the clout. So, however, we should get the rub.
We should get the rub.
And when we
October
see him,
28th, 2022. We're
going to show him when we see him. We're going to say, we love you, but check this out. And hopefully he gives us the rub. He should. That would be nice, man. And we definitely did. And you know what the funniest thing about that is? Mike and I was like, man, we talked to him about fighting Eddie a long, long time ago. Right. So we went back and we found the video. Yep.
And we watched it. And we say, and I say to him, like, there's a free agent out there that just left one. He fought in the UFC. He's looking for a place to fight. What about Eddie Alvarez? Why don't you fight? And Mike Perry's like, hell yeah. And then I go, you guys can fight for the King of Violence. Yeah. The most violent fighter on the planet. You guys can fight for the most violent fighter on the planet. Let's go ahead and book that, Mike Perry. And like, when we saw that video the other day, Mike and I just like looked at each other like, holy shit. Yeah. I don't remember saying that.
I don't remember it. Even on the post, you put it in text up on the top and the bottom.
Yeah, I didn't even remember.
Basically, it was insane. I was like, I didn't even remember this happened.
And now it's happening. 14 months later, it's happening.
I know.
Crazy.
It is absolutely incredible. I didn't know if you tagged. I was about to just play it just because it.
Do you have it?
No, I'm looking for it, but it's way down, I think, in the comments because it's not pinned. I don't believe, right? It's not pinned.
Yeah, it's in
But
October.
It is a video, right? So it would be a reel because I can play it real quick if I can find it, but it's probably way, way, way back as we talk here. Waste a couple more minutes because we were just about to get off the show. That was it, right? This is the end. We're not going to keep talking. Let us just say this one last thing. And here we are. Oh, I found it.
Yeah.
Right, so hold on one second. Let me just I don't know if you guys are going to be able to hear it, though, actually. Hold on. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear it, guys. Let me bring this up. Kyle, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening.
Yeah,
I'm
hold
wondering.
on.
Shout out, let's go, boy.
I just got to present the screen. Give me 1 second. Work with me here because this is like this was like a last minute thing. So
So one comment says Ariel fell off since his beef with Shab. Can't stand him anymore. Huge ego makes everything about himself.
I mean,
you know what it is?
Ariel.
But Ariel definitely has his moments where he fucking seems like a real dick. But I think he's reached the point where like he can say anything he wants and kind of get away with it.
A lot of people come at him too. I mean, to play devil's advocate, people do come at him because he's kind of like a nerd. You know what I'm saying? Like he is a nerdy guy, so people do like to come at him. So
but he has receipts on everybody. So like everybody that goes out and goes after him, man, he makes him look bad. He fucking has a whole Rolodex of fucking evidence proving himself right and them wrong every single time. It's crazy.
All right. So here's what I'm going to do. It wouldn't play the audio at first. So because I was just trying to test it, but I think I have it now. So let me just share this. Make sure all my porn is shut down before I share my screen. Okay, cool. Okay. Yep.
Shout out, let's go, boy.
All right. So what I'm going to try to do here is, all right, here we go. Can you see it?
We can.
All right, cool.
I mean, if he wants to do it.
Let me replay this now. Let me replay this. Oops, that's not it. Here we go.
But there's a free agent out there on the market right now that just left one FC, and I know that he's dipping around to different organizations trying to see what's the best opportunity. What do you think about a Eddie Alvarez fight?
Hey, Eddie Alvarez was probably the first fighter I ever saw, and it was on Bodog back in the 90s. I was a little kid, and I remember seeing these dudes fighting. And, Eddie Alvarez is known for being very durable. He gets knocked down, he gets back up. It's kind of his thing in a fight sometimes. And, I'm one to take a shot. But, I mean, if he wants to do it, if he's looking for an organization to go to, I'd be happy to welcome him to Bare Knuckle. Or anyone else who's really,
you can challenge him for the title of most violent fighter in the world. Didn't him and Gaethje fight for that? And he actually dispatched of Gaethje in like an all-out. I think that you could throw your hat in the ring for that. I mean, we've all seen your fights, man.
Yeah, toss it in there, put my name in the ticket, roll the tumbleweed, because
tumbleweed.
Draw my name out that box, man. I'm ready to fight anybody, anytime, anywhere. I mean, I stay prepared.
But there's a free agent. There it is, man. See, there's the proof right there. I fucking cannot believe that was said 13 months ago. 13 months ago.
Yeah,
and
53 weeks, it said. Holy shit. Crazy, right?
Yeah, that shit is awesome, man.
That's nuts.
Yeah. Mystic Mish and Mystic
That's before
Mike.
Alvarez even fought.
He wasn't even signed to the company. He wasn't signed to the company yet. That's what I'm saying. Like, he didn't fight for the company until fucking May of the following year. It's just wild, dude.
Mystic Mish, all right?
Yeah, Mystic Mish. I predict these things.
Yeah.
Anyways, hey, thank you, Taylor. Thank you, Mike. Happy Veterans Day, Mike. Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there. I hope you guys do something special. Shout out, let's go, boy. Have a great weekend. I hope you all have a 3-day weekend, 4-day weekend. Do something good with your family. And Mike, you got anything else for these peeps?
Hey, shout out, let's go, boy. Can't wait to see y'all next Wednesday night. Because who do we have on next Wednesday night, Kyle?
We have Eddie Alvarez on next Wednesday night.
That's right.
Eddie Alvarez will be on next Wednesday night at 9:00. So don't miss it, because we're gonna talk a little bit about what the fuck we were just talking about with Eddie next Wednesday. Shout out, let's go, boy. Let's get the fuck out of here, Mike. Peace.